So the acidic pH of our skin does not allow the most of the microbes to attack on the body. Next are the mucous membranes, which are covering all of our external and internal linings of our body organs, and all of the exposed surfaces do have mucoid membranes, and they will also be protecting our skin, our body. Moreover, the saliva, tear, secretions, they are having an enzyme which is called as lysozyme, which breaks the antimicrobial, which breaks the microbial proteins or the microbial substances, microbes as a whole. Next, there are gastric secretions. The gastric secretions which are produced from the inner lining of our stomach, and they also help in the destruction of bacteria which are present in our food, and the gastric secretions are acidic. HCl is produced, which is a strong acid. Next is the phagocytic white blood cells, which are of three types: monocytes, neutrophils, and the eosinophils. Neutrophils, they are the largest, the most common neutrophils which are present in our body, and they are phagocytic, and non-specifically they kill all of the foreign substances which can enter into our body. Next are the monocytes. Neutrophils constitute almost 60 to 70% of our blood cells. Next are the monocytes. Monocytes are fixed. They are prepared into our through our stem cells, and then they move to the specific sites where they are concentrated, like liver, like our alveoli, our lungs. In lungs, they are called as alveolar monocytes or alveolar cells. The monocytes, they are also non-specific phagocytic cells, and what they will do, they will be simply phagocyting are the invader cells. They are macrophages. They are the largest phagocytic cells, and by amoeboid movement they can ingest the invaders, and then they destroy them by the help of enzymatic secretions. Next are the eosinophils, which are involved in allergic reactions. Eosinophils, they have granules into their cytoplasm, and these granules are basically killing proteins and enzymes. Whenever there is an allergic reaction, it is basically the eosinophils which are secreting hormones and destructive enzymes, which basically kill the allergic substance. Next are the antimicrobial proteins, which are of two types: complement and the interferons. Complement proteins basically combine with the antigen and then help in its destruction. They basically help our phagocytic cells in destruction. There are some complement proteins which are non-specific, but most of the complement proteins are specific in their nature. Next are the interferons, which are produced from the virus infected cells. The cells which are already infected from the virus, they will be producing some kind of proteins which are called as interferons. Interferons will be helping the other cells to be protected from the microbe or virus which previously attacked the cells which is producing interferon. Next are some inflammatory responses. Inflammatory responses are produced due to white blood cells, which are called as the basophils or the mast cells. These mast cells basically produce two types of substances, which are the histamine and the heparin. What they will help: histamine at the site of infection or at the site of inflammation, it will be basically, for example, this was the um, former diameter of our blood vessels. It will cause the dilation of blood vessels, and when they will be dilated, more of the substances will be oozing out of these blood vessels, and these substances, obviously interstitial fluid, they will be having many of the immune substances, including some proteins and the chemicals, which will help to fight the infectious agent. And next is the heparin. Heparin, what will it do? Heparin will be preventing blood from clotting. When the blood vessels will dilate, it can uh, it can become easy for the blood to clot. So heparin will be anti coagulatory substance. It will be preventing the agglutination or the clotting of blood. And sometimes they also activate the white cells to produce a substance which is called as pyrogen. The pyrogens, when produced, they activate, they increase the temperature of that site, and when the temperature is increased, it becomes easy for our immune cells to work. As the temperature increases, the enzymatic activity increases, and our immune system becomes more capable to fight with the infectious agent. So these were some mechanisms for the non-specific defense. Tomorrow we shall discuss the mechanism of specific immunity, inshallah.